Hello there! We are from the Psychominions. I am Cheryl Jasmine Kaur. And this is...
I am Jojo Jojo. Hello, my friends, and welcome to another episode of Psychominions.
Okay, now before we proceed, we would like the whole class to know that this entire episode is for our very special psychology class by our very, very cute Mrs. Wong.
Mrs. Wong.
Kawaii!
Alright, so for this special episode, we are doing this actually is to conduct for a special. How do you say? We are trying to get an answer for
The amazing psychology world. We want to explain.
See. The question that we want to ask this professor is actually explain and identify the scientific method used to explain psychology. Psychology. What are you doing?
So today, we have the professor that you all need to see. He believed that he was abducted by aliens. I am very curious to see this. Alright, as I said just now, we have invited Professor...
Dr. Kuke Penina Kobri. Alright.
Yes, we have invited him because he won the Nobel Prize last year because he believes that he was abducted by aliens. Yeah.
Hai, Anda Amerika. Arika.
So Jeffrey, how do you know like the things that we know? Like for instance, the Earth is round.
The Earth is round.
Cheese is yellow, and you know those things that we know. We've always known for centuries.
Yeah. So can you explain to us why did it occur that way?
Okay.
Yes, it occurred.
Okay.
Yes.
In some cases, you may know things because you use your intuition. And also previous knowledge. Okay? To deduce your facts. Remembering the characteristic of the weather you are experiencing and knowing you are still staying in the same location as past year. Okay? And also, like this, you can deduct that this is November. You might also consider a situation where you do not have enough previous experience with a topic to use your intuition to determine the information for yourself. In this situation, what is the best way for you to find the facts? The answer is observation.
You guys understand?
Here are the 4 steps to conduct your scientific research.
Step 1. Forming a testable hypothesis. The first step of a psychological investigation is to identify an area of interest and develop a hypothesis that can be tested. A hypothesis can be defined as an educated guess about the relationship between 2 or more variables. However, to come up with a good hypothesis for your research or experiments, ask yourself the following questions. First, is your hypothesis based on your research of a topic? Second, can your hypothesis be tested? Third, does your hypothesis include independent and dependent variables? For example, your hypothesis is the temperature may cause the leaf to change the color. If you leave a green leaf in a jar of ice, what do you think it will be? Yes, it will change to yellow leaf. The second example is the student who eat breakfast will perform better on a math exam than students who do not eat breakfast. So, who do you think will get an A+?
One way to structure your hypothesis is to describe what will happen to your dependent variable if you make any changes to the independent variable.
Step 2. Devise a study and collect data.
An important aspect of collecting data is selecting an appropriate sample that is representative of the population of interest.
The first thing is through observation, right? So it is a very common and famous way to collect data. However, it must be systematic and you have to know what you are looking for.
Some observations must be made in a more controlled setting and might take place in a lab, where outside influences can be controlled or eliminated for the period of observation. Case studies is also one of the ways to collect data. They are conducted on a single individual when, for whatever reason, the situation or condition cannot be replicated in others. Case studies tend to be very in-depth and may include information from medical records. Interviews, or even therapy session. When considering the information rendered by case studies, it is important not to make generalizations based on this information due to the singular nature of a case study. Or, we may also use an experimental method to identify causes of behavior and mental processes.
Remember that our research studies can be based on done by multiple methods, right? But don't forget to refer to your professors and ways that you can actually carry out that research. Step 3. Examine data and reach conclusions.
Next, what we have to do is analyze the data. Based on what data was collected and how it was collected, we will then proceed to analyze the data. Most research in psychology is analyzed using statistical procedures. Statistics. Not only can statistical analysis support the hypothesis, it can also be used to determine if the findings are statistically significant. When results are said to be statistically significant, it means that it is unlikely that these results are due to change.
All the results that are obtained are actually statistically significant. Then it means that these results are unlikely to be able to change under any circumstances.
Step 4. Report the findings of the study.
Based on the analysis, we already developed explanations for the findings. This explanation involves the extent to which the findings confirm the theories and hypotheses that the study was addressing. Remember, one of the basic principles of any type of scientific research is that the result must be replicable. By clearly detailing the statistics of how the variables were measured and manipulated, other researchers can better understand the results and repeat the study if needed.
This is often done by writing up a description of the study and publishing the article in an academic or professional journal.
The results of psychological studies can be seen in peer-reviewed journals such as Psychological Bulletin, the Journal of Social Psychology, Developmental Psychology, and many others. By clearly explaining the steps and procedures used throughout the study, the others can then replicate this result. replication of results is essential for scientific progress. What is most convincing to a scientist is seeing for himself. If it is an experiment which can be performed again, other scientists can satisfy their curiosity by doing the experiment over themselves. If they get the same results, that's a confidence booster. If their results are sufficiently different to shed doubt on the original scientific paper, then we will get a scientific dispute. The editorial process employed by academic and professional journals ensures that each article that is submitted undergoes a thorough peer review, which helps ensure that the study is scientifically sound.
Once published, the study becomes another piece of the existing puzzle of our knowledge base. Knowledge base. Okay, so this is the knowledge base which is based on that topic. That's it. That's about it.
Although there are many advantages in using scientific approach, the scientific method is not without disadvantages. Science is only as good as the evidence upon which it is based. You've probably heard the old saying about computers that goes something like, garbage in, garbage out.
Email garbage. Ah!
The same is true for science.
If we base our conclusion on weak evidence,
Our conclusion will also be flawed if our hypotheses are not well formulated.
so we may conclude that our evidence support them, and they are likely. What does the chart say?
We first have to be aware of both hypotheses.
And design a study that will provide evidence consistent with only one hypothesis and not the others. Ba 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 na 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 ba na ba 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 na na ba da da ba da da ba da da